Young Earth creationism has a pretty serious problem, and let's just say it right up front. In its present form today, with leaders such as Ken Ham, Dr. Jason Lisle, and Russell Humphreys and more spreading bad science and outright false information, young Earth creationism is a cult. One of the reasons Young Earth creationism is a cult is because their main leader, Ken Ham, is under the impression that you can't be a Christian if you don't believe that the universe is 6,000 years old. Now, he's not going to come out and say that directly, but when he gets pressed on it, his line of reasoning goes something like this. He'll say, no, you don't have to believe in a young earth to be saved, but if you don't take Genesis 1 in its plain reading, then you don't trust God and you're questioning him. And if people question God, then what they're really doing is questioning his authority. And if you question his authority, then how can you believe any of the Bible? And of course, if you don't believe the Bible, then it only follows you can't be a Christian. That same line of reasoning gets into forums online, such as Facebook pages, where adherents of a young earth creationism wrongly assume that if you believe in an old earth and universe, you don't believe the Bible, you don't trust God, you question authority, you're an evolutionist, and some even say you are a pagan, all for believing that the universe is 13 billion years old. With years of indoctrination from YEC leaders such as Dr. Jason Lisle, who actually has made the audacious claim that a billions of years old universe is really just a pagan idea. Yes, he actually made that assertion, and I'm going to link to the video where you can see that in the video description below. The thinking amongst young earthers is that if you believe in an old universe, you therefore believe in evolution, thanks to that rhetoric and propaganda and nonsense from people like Dr. Jason Lisle. From the beginning, in any of their talks, their propaganda, their whatever, the old earth position is attacked as being backwards, lacking understanding, having a twisted worldview, and outright pagan. Okay? But go ahead and press young earthers on any of the age of the universe related matter, and you will see an interesting phenomenon. Young earthers will believe anything they are told by Answers in Genesis, the Institute for Creation Research, and Ken Ham, and if you even introduce the slightest bit of evidence to suggest that the universe is very old, you get labeled as an evolutionist with a twisted worldview. Let me ask you this, what but a cult teaches that kind of nonsense? One of the well-worn tactics of young earth creationists are to give no direct answers when asked for specific evidence of their belief in a 6,000-year-old Earth or universe. Oh yeah, well give me proof of a billion-year-old universe is the usual retort from a YEC adherent when asked to provide a specific measurement of how they come to the conclusion of 6,000 years. They never can do that. By turning the question on its head and avoiding answering it altogether, they actually think they have given you an accurate and acceptable answer. Boy, if they only had a clue how ridiculous this makes them look. Bible genealogies will be cited, a frequent article at Answers in Genesis entitled The 10 Best Evidences from Science That Confirm a Young Earth. That will be cited. It'll be linked to, but not a single article in that link gives any measurement at all. Not a single measurement that indicates a universe as young as 6,000 years. Somehow, in the cult-programmed mind of a young earth creationist, they think simply citing an article that indicates a problem with a billions of years old universe that we don't yet understand, therefore we have 6,000 years. This is how they think. A problem with scientists understanding an aspect of the sun, for instance, it's not a sun issue to a young earth creationist, it's proof of a 6,000-year-old universe. To a young earth creationist, if there is less salt in the ocean than there should be, it's not a phenomenon to be studied and a solution found. It is by default proof of a 6,000-year-old Earth. Young Earth creationists do calculations on blue stars and question the burning of their incredible mass and see that they can burn out quickly, relatively speaking, and go, oh, that's weird. A weird blue star. Therefore, 6,000 years. If you noticed, even the article that I cited, the title of the article I cited earlier is in itself propaganda when it says, these evidences from science confirm a young Earth. Well, no, actually they don't. They may indicate something that needs to be studied further. They may point out an issue, but they do not confirm anything. But that doesn't matter because that's how young Earth creationists operate. That is how they roll. We are right, you are wrong, and you have to believe as we do, otherwise you are questioning God, and we can't allow that. And who does that? Who does that but a cult? Young Earth creationism is a cult, and it is doing untold damage to Christianity as a whole. In the description below, right below here, I link to a ministry called Reasons to Believe, run by astrophysicist Hugh Ross, that provides a very good Christian perspective of an old universe. Thankfully, they take real science seriously and don't try to cover it up. They try to explain it. It is not a sin to believe in a 13.7 billion year old universe, which, by the way, we observe by measuring the distance to the furthest objects in the universe and seeing how far their light tells us they are away. We're still waiting for some solid scientific evidence of a 6,000 year old universe, guys. Still waiting. Want to see that someday. Over and out.